No, Snooky. Calm down. See them? They're just like Jersey bitches. I swear to God, they fight like bitches. I can't hold them. I can't hold them. No.
The dog should just gone, and that's it. Just get him out of my house.
Okay. Yeah.
All I'm asking you to do is feed the dogs, walk the dogs, and scoop. That's it.
Hello, darling.
Sam?
Nip. This wasn't a friendly nip.
Everybody says I'm in denial that the dogs bite me.
But they shouldn't do it. Never.
Who the hell did she think she is? We're not scheduled people. It got to the point where I just couldn't do it anymore. And I snapped.
This is your home. These are your dogs. Stop it.
I need to relax.
Unbelievable.
I'm Sherry. Quiet! Rob! I live with my husband, Rob.
Don't be too long, because you know I hate staying with stupid dogs.
And my daughter, China. No.
Snooky, off the couch.
No. We have 2 dogs, Sammy and Snooky, 1-year-old hound mixes. Good girl, Snooky.
They are litter mates, but they have like a love-hate relationship.
During the course of the day, from peace, we go into murder. They're just like Jersey bitches. I swear to God, they fight like bitches.
Doesn't make any sense. The dog should just be gone, and that's it. Just get him out of my house.
I think they're more weapons of mass destruction because I estimated between $10,000 and $15,000 worth of damage.
No, Snooky. No, Snooky. I'm a human chew toy to them. My arms are covered in bruises.
If they bite me like that, they're out, gone. If they break the skin on me or my daughter, they're out. It makes me very upset that she's bruised by the dogs, but she lets these dogs do this. And if these dogs bit my child, or if they bit me, they're gonna be gone.
Walking the dogs is hell. All my neighbors laugh at me.
I can't hold him. I can't hold him.
Because I look like an idiot.
No.
I have virtually no help in the house. All I'm asking you to do is feed the dogs, walk the dogs, and scoop the That's it. Nobody offers to help.
I ain't scooping the poop in this range, forget about it. But the dogs have definitely affected mine and Sherry's relationship. I could just sit here and have a headache from you yelling at me, breaking my balls about these freaking dogs. The fighting's gone from here to here.
So what, you have to deal with the dogs like a couple of times a week? Big deal.
We could just end this by getting rid of these dogs.
What do you care? I'm the one taking the
My parents fight about them a lot. My dad wants to get rid of them. My mom wants to keep them. I want to keep them.
Wake up one day and these dogs are gonna be out of here. You know, who has to live like this? No one lives like this.
If I put them in a shelter, nobody will ever take them. So I don't know what to do.
They need to go.
Off the counter. When was the last time you got up in the morning and fed the dogs?
Whatever, it's like a broken freaking record now.
Can you remember?
No, I can't remember.
I can. Isn't that sad to say that I actually remember when the last time you fed the dogs was?
No, it's not the last time I fed the dogs. I fed the dogs...
In the morning.
In the oh, so it matters if I fed them in the morning or at night? Those are the okay?
Hello. Hi. I don't want them to run out.
They won't. They won't run out.
Hello, darling.
Come on.
Hello.
Hello. Sorry.
When I stepped over the threshold into the doorway, oh goodness, the dogs were excited but also nervous. Who was this stranger that was coming into their home?
Victoria,
Hi.
I'm Sherry.
Hello, nice to meet you.
Hello, I'm Rob.
Hi, good to meet you. Is this always the greeting that people get?
Well,
Hello,
pretty much.
darling.
It's usually a little worse, actually.
It actually could be.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, well, if somebody makes it to the door before we get there, if somebody comes in, my mom has gotten knocked over by the door.
Right. Oh, that was a little bit of a nip.
It was very embarrassing. You don't want, Victoria Stilwell to walk in your house and your dog takes a bite out of her arm. Quiet. Sam?
Oh, that's a nip. This wasn't a hello nip. This wasn't a friendly nip. Better keep her on the leash because they're getting ivory. This was a I'm a little concerned about you nip.
They redirect a lot once they get wild.
Here, Sam.
I see that. Goodness me, are they sisters?
Yes.
Yeah, they're a little...
I see. Okay. Yeah. Sherry and Rob had no control over their dogs whatsoever. Sammy started to really bite.
Normally it's Snooky who, will attack. I don't want to say attack, because if I'm like maybe drawing her, taking her from outside or whatever, trying to put her harness on, she's the one who's always trying to get me. That was kind of new, actually, because she never bites strangers. We've never had that problem before.
Sherry claims that her dog's behavior isn't a big problem, but a nip from a big dog can turn into something much worse. So what's the problem then, apart from this?
I have tens of $15,000 worth of damage to my house. If you look at my yard, you look at the couches, you look at the rug that's gone, the rug that's tore up here, there's damage everywhere. Who lives like this? Problem is, if I'm home, now I'm a prisoner here, I can't do anything when I'm off. Someone always has to be here with the dogs, or we have to, crate them upstairs in the room, and who knows what's gonna happen then.
I have a room upstairs that I keep them in. They've chewed the windowsills off. They climb onto each other to get to the windowsills. They've chewed the mini blinds. Whatever they do together.
We could just end this by getting rid of these dogs. Real simple solution, no dogs, no problems, no headaches. As much as I love the dogs, I could let them go. I don't think, I'd be worried what's gonna happen to them, yeah, but I don't think I'll have a problem.
Okay. The dogs have obviously not received any kind of consistent training. There are no boundaries. The dogs are bored, they're pretty unstimulated, and they're taking out all their frustration on the furniture and each other.
We did push the carpet down, but they ripped it back. If you come, I don't know if I could actually do it.
They just started it
They just
here.
had the whole, it was back to here.
Oh my gosh, so they had a whole thing up here. Oh.
I wanted to take them for a
She
walk,
can't leave
but
them
it
for
was
more than a couple
raining.
minutes to cry or whatever, that's the problem.
No, it
Yes.
wasn't, Rob. They were just
I know they're stressed. I
overly
know they're-
stressed, and they needed to come out. Because of the dogs, we fight all the time. It seems like now it's all my fault. They were here for 3 minutes, and they tore that up. It was 3 minutes.
Well, it's 3 minutes, and then he's in a whole new rug now.
They're redirecting all of their frustration onto each other, and they're fighting. They're exactly like the dogs.
We had a brand new pool cover, $2,500. They tore about an 8 to 10 inch hole in this year, and that's gonna have to be patched or completely replaced. Plus, what, 2 pool pumps?
Yes,
How much
I
are pool
forgot
pumps,
about the
$300, $400
pumps.
each?
They're a couple $100.
Oh, only a couple
We-
hundred each. No big deal. The problem I have with my wife is this. She takes no from me, but these dogs steamroller. Whatever they do, it's not their fault. They don't know any better. It's freaking ridiculous.
Wanna go for a walk, Sam? Huh? Okay, come on.
From what I'm gathering, Sherry is carrying most of the burden for caring for these dogs, so I wanted to see how she handled them on a walk. Are they friendly with other dogs? You said they go to
They go to daycare and they're really friendly, but on the walks, they
Okay.
get really crazy,
Right.
which is really scary. So I don't let them meet other dogs because they are so aggressive towards each other.
I see.
Come on, babies, let's go.
Oh, they've seen another dog across the way.
already.
Oh,
And if they
yes,
see a
already.
squirrel, if they see a,
Can you hold them back? I don't want...
I
Can you
can.
hold them back?
I can.
Sherry claims that she has control over these dogs, but from what I'm seeing, she has no control over them whatsoever.
Good girl. Oh no, here comes another one. Hurry up, come on, let's go. Let's go. I have to laugh at myself because I know that I look foolish. Spinning around, dragging them. It must look ridiculous. Good girl.
The walk was really unpleasant.
It's okay. This is what I mean about the jumping
Right.
up and biting.
Sherry spends all of her time worrying that Snooki is going to lunge at another dog and then get so frustrated that she'll redirect on Sammy, and then there's going to be a huge fight. Have you ever walked them separately?
I have tried, and I am
And?
told to do that. They don't walk. One won't leave the house without the other. I've tried, somebody will sit in the house with one of the dogs or whatever. That dog will cry at the door, waiting for this one who's now outside the door, waiting for that one. They don't like to be without each other.
When you raise 2 puppies in a household together and you don't do anything apart, those puppies become hyper attached. So when they do go apart from each other for whatever reason, they can't cope. These dogs are going to be a challenge. There's no doubt about it. So you think that Rob doesn't do enough with the dogs? You need more help?
Well, I could use the help. I also think that maybe he might bond with them a little bit more, if he spent more time with them.
Okay.
Nobody offers to help. My husband is always working, and if he's not working, he's home sleeping because he's tired, so I really don't have any help.
Do you walk? Because I'm not getting the full picture. Do you walk or do you not?
Ask her. When do I walk?
He walks the dogs 3 days a week. That's it. I'm not saying that he never does it. I'm just saying that I do 90% of it. Rob will always say that he walks the dogs as much as he possibly can. But when I'm walking the dogs 3 times a day, it seems like 3 times, in a week is like nothing to me. I need a break once in a while, more than like last Mother's Day to sleep in for an extra half an hour. Just give me a hand. Just wake up and say, I'm gonna feed the dogs. Why do I need to say, Rob, could you please do it? I'm always asking. I always have to ask. I don't have to ask. If I have to ask, I'm gonna do it myself.
She's not gonna tell me what to do, okay, and when to do it. She's not my mother. She's not my boss.
When you're home, just do it. Do it without me saying, could you please do it? I'm always asking somebody to please do something. And then I'm an egg.
Is she an egg?
I'm an egg. I'm an egg.
You're breaking my balls about that I'm gonna do anyway. What's the difference, you know?
Eventually. See, I don't
eventually, listen, I'll do it when I feel like doing it. You're not telling me what to do.
I don't think we're going to be successful here at all if Rob and Sherry can't get on the same page and stop their bickering. Is she an egg?
I'm an egg. I'm an egg. I've asked Rob so many times about feeding the dog. I don't even know how I've put it anymore. You plead, you ask, you beg, you kiss up. What works at this point? I don't even know.
I hear the want, the Charlie Brown hair always in my ear, but I still like to do things on my own terms.
Do you have to ask me to wash your clothes? No, I just do it. It's part of the thing that I do. Do I ever ask you to do laundry? No.
Listen, I get your point, but the reality is if I can't read minds either.
But you gotta offer. That's the whole
All right,
thing.
well, I'll offer more, but
Offer.
I got it.
It's really irritating always to have to ask, because then she is a nag. But it's great when you offer. If anything is to succeed, everybody has to play their part. Because if all the family do it together, they can accomplish so much with their dogs. So somehow there's gotta be some kind of reconciliation work schedule, so that if you have a schedule and everyone knows what they're doing, then you don't have to nag.
We're not schedule kind of people, it's really hard to say, I'm gonna do this at this time, or I'm gonna do that at that time.
You know what? You get annoyed when the dogs redirect their negative behavior on each other. You're also redirecting negative behavior on each other. You don't see it, but you are. You're doing exactly what the dogs are doing. It's distressing for an outsider to see it.
Okay.
The way you speak to each other is really quite harsh.
I don't appreciate some English lady coming here and telling me how to live my life. I come from a pretty tough household, so.
Really?
Yeah.
You were raised like that, so.
Yeah, it was always fighting, yelling, screaming.
Okay. Everyone's behavior needs to change, not just the dogs. If I'm to make any progress here whatsoever, the arguing and bickering has to stop. Okay, you guys stand back and he gets real excited to see him. Oh, yes.
When my mother comes here, I feel so bad because I know she must cringe every time she opens that door and knows that she's just gonna get tackled by the dog.
I see. Oh, good grief. Oh, my goodness. Hello. Oh, my gosh. Hello.
Victoria, this is my mother, Valerie. Valerie, this is Victoria.
You get this each time you
Every time.
Should we go through his...
Oh, okay. See what I mean?
Poor Grandma has 2 rambunctious dogs jumping all over her. I'm surprised she wants to come over here at all. You get accosted when you come into this house.
Every time. It takes me a good 5 minutes or so to get into the house because by the time they can come and drag them off me, I can never get in here.
Have you ever been injured by them? Have you ever been really hurt by them?
Well, my hands really hurt when I leave, because of that constant mouthing.
This mouthing behavior is very dangerous. The more I hear about this constant mouthing, the more concerned I'm getting. China's 12 years old. These are big dogs and they can do a lot of damage. What would it do to you if these dogs left?
I love the dogs. I don't want to see them go.
I know you're getting a bit upset. Are you all right? But it's a reality that you are going to have to face if these dogs break skin. The most important thing in any household is to protect the child.
If the dogs ever bit China, Rob would definitely just take them straight to the pound. I don't even think they'd make it to the shelter.
China just goes over to the dog like this and the dog growls at her. And I told China, don't let your face close to the dog like that because I'm afraid that the dog will turn around and bite her or bite her in the face.
Has this happened before, China?
With the growling?
Yes.
Yeah.
See, that's what worries me. As soon as I came through that door, no impulse control with these dogs. No impulse control whatsoever. If you don't teach them as puppies, they get to be this big. They get to have very, very powerful mouths. And God forbid they get angry.
She has to respect the dogs a little
Yeah,
bit,
she's
too.
right, yeah. But if the dog bites her, I have a problem with that.
Rob's concerned, and Sherry doesn't seem to really take it seriously at all. Rob has said if the dogs draw blood on his daughter, for whatever reason, they're gone. And I have to say, I have to respect that.
She shouldn't have to deal with that. I don't know what the right answer is for that, but I'm
Well,
not.
here's
I'm
the
not
right
happy with
answer,
it.
China. Do you want a scar on your face for the rest of your life?
Not
Do
really.
you want a nose bitten off, lips bitten off, and ear bitten off? Do you want to lose your eye?
No.
Never, ever, ever put your face close to the dog's face. Never hug them. Never go and touch them when they're sleeping. Never touch them when they have food. Never touch them when they have a treat. Those are the rules now you have to follow.
I did not know that the growling got that serious. I just don't want them gone. I love them so much. They are my sisters.
Today, training is going to be stressful for the dogs, okay? There's nothing I can do about that. That's how you raised them, and I've got to undo a year of that. Walking is a nightmare for Sherry because she's got two uncontrollable dogs that are pulling her in different directions. If she's going to get any control at all, I need to separate these dogs and teach them how to walk well on the leash, one by one. We're going to take Sammy out on a walk. I'm going to take it with you, Sherry, and Rob and China, you're going to stay with Snooky in here, okay? Let's bring Sammy in here.
Sam, come on.
When we go out, I want you to shut the front door, Rob.
Okay.
Because I don't want her to see Sammy go out.
Okay.
Okay? These dogs have never been separated from each other. And this could go two ways. Either the dogs go nuts when they're left by themselves, or the dogs will appreciate a little bit of time and a little bit of space to themselves. I hope it's the latter. Walking the dogs has been a horrendous experience for this family.
I can't hold him. I can't hold him. No, no, no.
Sammy and Snooky can't learn being walked together, so they have to be walked apart. Let's bring Sammy in here. This means that both Sherry and Rob have to do their part. But I don't want her to see Sammy go out.
Okay.
Okay? Have you taught her not to pull?
I don't really
Walk
know.
in the other direction then.
Come on,
When she
Sam.
pulls, you walk in the other direction. First sign of a pull. She pulling you? Let's go.
Let's
now,
go,
we're
Sam.
going to give her a cue word. Before you turn around, say let's go. Don't just turn and drag the dog. Give her a cue word to say, I'm going to be turning now, so that she knows.
Okay.
If your dog pulls and you allow that dog to go forward, you're reinforcing the pulling.
Let's go.
Good. Good.
Good girl.
So don't do it. Walk in the other direction. And that's the let's go technique. I want you to do it again and again and again until she's focused on you.
Come on, it's okay. Mommy's gone. Come on, it's okay. She's gone. Come on, Snook. Snooky freaked out a little bit, and then she calmed right down. She was okay. She'll be all right. Come on. Come on.
Sam, Sam, come on, let's go.
Nice, that
Good
was
girl.
beautiful. She was listening to you. Nice. Now,
girl.
isn't that wonderful you're not using that leash?
No, yes.
She's following you with her body. Good. She's feeling you now.
Good
Nice.
girl. For the first time in a long time when I walked the dog, it was very enjoyable.
Tell me, how did Snooky do?
Oh, she did awesome. Like the first couple minutes, she freaked out a little bit. She was panting, and then she calmed down right down. She laid down, she relaxed. She took a nap for a couple minutes. She was good. I was surprised.
For so long, Sherry has been dragged around the neighborhood by her dogs because she's so terrified of separating them. This was successful. Now she sees that actually, by separating Snooky and Sammy, both dogs will learn to walk well on the leash much faster, plus they'll be able to cope when the other one's not there. Let's take Snooky out now.
Snooky's a tougher one to walk, It's tough, I'm busy, I'm very impatient. I got to do, and it's hard.
We're gonna walk up here. If she starts to pull you, I want you just to turn around. Do not pull her, but go like this with your body and say, let's go. Turn off in the other direction, okay? Let's do it.
Let's go.
Nice, good. Well, you're giving her a workout. That's what this dog needs.
Nessie's not letting me in front of her.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Nice, good.
Snooki's better behaved, I think, because Sam wasn't with us.
Good.
Good girl. That was good.
I love that. It's almost like you're in the show ring now.
Let's go.
Rob is getting the hang of the training, but I'm not sure he understands the impact of his behavior on his family or on the dogs. It's not a great environment, obviously, for your child to have you arguing all the time. It's also not a great environment, I totally understand, with the dogs just tearing up your house. But you either go with it or you don't. So I want you to give it your all.
You got it.
I know you work hard, but when you come back from the day's work, it's also really great just to go out for half an hour exercise. Sure. You're not yes-mamming me, are you?
Listen, if someone's, I'm taking direction. She's the professional, so she's telling me. I'm just saying yes. You know, if yes is yes, okay? I don't have to give an explanation why and all this and that. I got it. I'm clear.
You're not yes-mamming me, just.
No, I enjoy walking the dogs.
Okay.
I don't mind it at all.
Okay.
When I come home, plus it's good exercise for me too. So.
Good, because you'll be doing it every day. All right, let's go back. Now, power, power. Go, go. That's it. Beautiful.
Let's go.
Nice.
Let's go.
Good. I was surprised at how well Rob did. He gave feedback at the right time. He turned at the right time.
Let's go.
Once he got it, Snooki began to focus on him rather than everything else. Now I hope that Rob just keeps his word and continues to do his part, because if he doesn't, things are going to go right back to square one. Beautiful. Let him outside.
Want to go outside?
So they can play outside.
Want to go out?
Saw her jump up at her. So Snooki, how she just jumped up at her?
That's why a lot of times I won't turn around, because I've gotten some pretty good ones. But it wasn't out of anger, right? It was out of excitement.
No. It's out of excitement.
And that's what everybody says I'm in denial that the dogs bite me.
Yeah, but they shouldn't do it.
You're right. I totally get it.
Sherry keeps saying she knows, she knows, she knows, she knows, but if she knew, why am I needed here? If I'm a kid and a dog has its mouth over my arm, what am I gonna do? I'm gonna try and pull it away. What's Sammy gonna do? Either she's gonna think this is a great game and just press harder, or she's gonna get frustrated and get irritated. And then that could spiral into anger. You've seen how overly aroused she gets. Dogs that are orally fixated, that use their mouths when they're excited, when they're playing, will also use their mouths in anger. You're in denial about how serious it could potentially be.
I don't want this. Believe me, I don't want to look like this. I'm just saying that I'm not in denial. I get the way they are.
I hope so.
Who the hell does she think she is? Listen, bitch, you don't know what you're talking about. That's why you're here.
I know.
Everybody says I'm in denial, that the dogs that they're vicious.
Call it being in denial, calling it not taking it seriously, call it whatever you will. Your dogs are mouthing, they mouth hard, they hurt, and it's got to stop.
I've never gotten bitten out of anger.
No, but
never.
Well,
But that doesn't make
I
it
don't
okay.
think it's right. I'm not in denial. I get the way they are.
maybe denial is the wrong word. Excusing that behavior.
Who the hell does she think she is? This is the way I am, and you know, you like me or you don't.
They have very sharp teeth.
But I can't even call it a bite. You know, it's just grabbing me.
Look.
I know. I get it. My dogs are pains in the asses. You're right.
So no, that is not good. That is not good. I don't know if I'm really getting through to Sherry about the seriousness of her dog's mouthing, but if China got hurt, there is no second time. They're gone,
I totally get it serious. I get that.
okay? These dogs are really orally fixated. They chew a lot when they're anxious. They jump up and mouth when they want attention. With an orally fixated dog, it's hard to get them to stop using their mouths so much. I want to work with you a little bit more on impulse control. Obviously, these dogs don't have a lot. The leave it technique is about teaching a dog some impulse control. What I'm gonna do is put a treat in front of Sammy's mouth, and what I'm waiting for is a moment of hesitation of her to pull her head back. Good. I'm not going to say anything to her at the moment. Good. Wait a second. Don't want you to do your paw. Good. I want her to do the action first before I give her the word. Good. Leave it. Good girl. See how she's pulling her head back? Very smart dogs. Now I'm going to actually show her the treat as well as having her smell it. Good girl. And that is impulse control. Leave it. Good girl. Now, because she's doing so well, I'm going to put this on the table. See if she can leave it. This is really hard for this dog, but she's done it in about 2 minutes. Leave it. Good girl.
I love to watch my dogs learn because they are so smart.
I'd like you to do this with her, okay?
Okay.
Stay.
Sammy, Sammy, come here. Sit. Good girl.
You can absolutely tell her to leave it
Okay,
now.
leave it. Good girl.
I started the leave it technique with Sammy because she's a little bit more impulsive. Okay, China, take over. Once they've learned the technique with Sammy, they can use this technique to train Snooky. Go with the open hand.
Leave it. Good girl.
Nice.
Leave it. Good girl.
Good. China was really amazing with the leave it technique. She has such a beautiful way with dogs, and I was really impressed to see her timing. Everything she did was perfect, and she's only 12. How does it feel when you're actually communicating with your dogs and they're listening to you?
It feels good that they can actually listen to me instead of just walking away when I'm trying to do something.
You know, with that quality that you have, that sort of gentleness, yet kind of directness, is very powerful.
I was surprised that Sammy did so well because usually she would lose focus quickly, but I guess that since we're feeding her something high value, she got used to it a little faster.
Okay, so I think that's awesome. Well done. I'm definitely seeing some progress with Sammy, but I want to check in with Rob and Sherry to see how their schedule's coming along. What's the deal with the schedule? Have you been able to come up with some kind of physical schedule about when you're going to be able to walk the dogs?
You want me to do it?
Well, no, I will. We're not scheduled people. We have on a week off, you know, he may want to sleep a little bit later, even me. So, like, we decided that we're just going to try to do as much. It's never going to be 50-50 because Rob works.
So you're not scheduled people. Why are you smiling? This is your home, this is your these are your dogs. You know when your dogs are hungry, you know when your dogs need to go out for a walk. Stop it. You're adults, sit down, sort it out. Get a schedule. If there's a schedule, there's no argument.
But, you know, it is my responsibility. This is my job here. Why do we need to write it down? Why does it need to be a contract? To me, it doesn't make any sense. It got to the point where I just couldn't do it anymore. And I snapped. I mean,
Okay.
I
I was shocked when Sherry walked out on me. I'm here to work with the dogs and the family. But if they're not willing to work with me, why am I here? Wow. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. What's the deal with the schedule?
we're not scheduled people.
This is your home, these are your dogs. You know when your dogs are hungry, you know when your dogs need to go out for a walk. Stop it.
I need.
can. You want me to talk more about this?
No,
And it got to the point where I just couldn't do it anymore. And I snapped.
You know, it's just been tough. The whole process has just been
Really,
obviously
you know-
obviously really stressed. I've never seen my wife this stressed before.
When I spend time with a family and there's such a problem with the dogs and we address so many issues, that can be stressful sometimes for people. There's definitely when people come into your home, yeah, it's a huge intrusion. And of course it does put a certain amount of stress.
Hi, Victoria. I'm Sherry. Nice to meet you. I'm glad to have you in my home. I'm not stupid. I do see what she sees. And she, being an outsider, sees things that we don't. So I have to, you know, give her some credit for that.
Well, the reality for me is, I can't speak for her. The reality for me is we trusted the process so far. You know, we trust you, you know, we know your reputation. The dogs are getting progressively better, hopefully. And that's all we can hope for, you know?
So you're not scheduled people? Are you going to be able to come to some kind of compromise with regards to the schedule?
As long as I know that if he can just help me once or twice a week, I'm good with that.
Yeah, okay.
I'll help before I go to work, and I don't think we'll have any problems anymore.
I don't want you to sacrifice. I just want you to do it, you know, when we have the time, that's all.
I was very concerned when I saw your poor mother coming through that front door.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, my God. Okay. All right. Okay. Ow, ouch.
I don't want other people coming into this house and getting jumped on, mouthed, or nipped by these dogs. It is unacceptable. Well, I have Grandma outside, and she's gonna ring the doorbell. And obviously, we're creatures of habit too. When we hear the doorbell go, we get up and go answer it because we want to know who's outside.
Right.
When that doorbell rings, you're going to do absolutely nothing. So you change the picture. And then I'm going to take you through what to do. And it's going to be putting the dogs outside and then letting them come and greet the person one by one. The way the family reacts to the dog's behavior can sometimes make their dogs more excited. So if I can create more calm in this household, I think the dogs will calm down too. Now we wait. I want them to think about coming in here. And when they do, I just want you to calmly get the leash, put it on them, and take them outside. All right? One of them will eventually come back in here.
Here we go.
Get
Good
Snooki on the
girl,
leash.
Snook. Good
Tell her
girl,
good.
Snooki. Good girl.
Okay,
Come
go
here.
get her on the leash.
Good
Tell her
girl.
good girl.
I've never tried to really put them away because my dogs freak out so much. Let's go. And then by the time I let them out of the room, they're so stressed that they jump even more.
Now, Rob, you're gonna go and let your your mother-in-law
Grandma
in.
now.
Oh, how lovely! She could enter without being attacked. Welcome. Enter into the home
Hello.
without getting completely attacked by dogs.
I can't believe it.
Isn't this better?
Oh, much. It was good to come into the door, into the house, and not be pounced on and bit and knocked over.
You're going to bring her up to greet your mom, and as she does, your mom's going to tell her to sit. Now.
Sammy, sit. Sit.
Yeah, there you go.
Good girl.
Okay, give her a treat.
Good girl.
Okay, lovely. Okay, you take her over there. Take
Sam,
Sammy
let's
over
go.
there. Let's go. Let's bring Snooki in. Now, if she jumps, move her away. There you go. Let her go up again. And if you can say the SIT word. Now.
Sit. Sit.
Good.
Good girl.
Good.
The techniques with Grandma with the doorbell training was perfect, you know. It's definitely a way to bring someone in the house, keep the dogs relaxed, keep people coming in relaxed so they don't have to worry about the dogs jumping on them. And it just, you know, all around worked out good.
That was wonderful. Very good. Good girl.
For the past year, Sherry and Rob really haven't been able to go out as a family because they're frightened what the dogs are going to do in the household when they're not there. Plus, all the destruction is one of the reasons why Rob wants to give his dogs up. So I think I have the solution. I've got you a fabulous CD.
Okay.
The good thing about this is that it's psychoacoustic music, and we'll see how it goes. Increased exercise and music that is especially designed to help dogs calm down will hopefully allow Snooki and Sammy to relax when their family leave. It's really important that we see what the dogs are like when you go out. Now, the dogs get pretty stressed out, and I wanted to see what they would do if the family just left, and if they left the dogs in the body of the house. There is always a chance that they chew, but if you give them a lot of outlets, you give them a lot of exercise, you put the music on, hopefully they'll get to the point where they can just settle. I want to see what it's like if Rob and China go first, you and I'll follow. You guys get in the car and go. I'm gonna go hide so they can't hear me, see me, sense me, and I wanna see what they do. This technique is a little risky because I have no idea. Are the dogs gonna be destructive When they're left alone in the home together, Rob and China, you can leave now.
Okay.
And then you go with me. Girls, stay. Go out for a drive and I'll see you later.
Be good. I'll be right back.
Leaving the dogs in the house was a big stretch for me because I was afraid, maybe they'll tear up the couch. I'm not okay with the fact that everything's already tore up. How much worse can it get? It can get worse.
Rob and China, you can leave now.
Okay.
And then you go with me. Rob and Sherry have been held captive for so long in their home. They haven't been able to go out without fear that their dogs are going to destroy everything. But with a few management techniques and calming music, I hope they can go and not come back to a huge mess. They're not anxious, they're not stressed, they're not pacing, they're not chewing, they're not doing anything, they're just hanging out.
Whenever I leave the dogs alone, I always wonder what is going to be shredded by the time I get back. So it's hard. I'm sure that they freaked out a little bit because they always do.
I want you to walk back in the house. Don't give them a lot of fuss, the dogs. They're gonna be very excited, but just keep walking. Sit in the sitting room, in the kitchen, whatever, or let the dogs out, okay? But they did really well. Okay, go. Excited to see them, but walk in, no big deal. Totally unemotional. Good.
I definitely thought that the dog beds at least would be shredded. And when we got back, there wasn't any destruction at all. It was amazing.
I really hope that they keep reinforcing this behavior when I leave, because if they do, they're gonna just see continued success. If they don't, it's gonna go right back to what it was like before. So I wanted to give you these, my favorite chocolate. Training is intense and can be stressful, so I wanted Rob and Sherry to relax, take a break, and have a Kit Kat.
It's nice to relax just a little bit, It's not as stressful. We're not really so worried about the dogs now.
That's what you need to do, is just relax more, take a break, and you need to do that.
Maybe she'll be able to relax a little more like this.
Mm-hmm, not too bad.
So, I know we haven't always seen eye to eye on stuff, and I know that maybe I've addressed some issues that are difficult. It's been touch and go with Rob and Sherry over the past few days. They've been a little less than enthusiastic about some of my techniques, but I really hope we can depart as friends. What do you see in your dog's behavior that's changed over the last couple of days?
Look at them. They're calm. We're sitting here having a normal conversation and there's not mass chaos. We learned a lot. I have to say, every single thing that you taught us worked. It's amazing what she was able to do in just that short amount of time.
Rob, from your point of view, when I came into this house, I saw you as, I'm done, I'm fed up with this is it. Dogs do anything else wrong, I just want to see them go. Where are you now?
Well, the process has been a little rough, a little stressful, but the good thing is now we're all on the same page. I recommitted to China and to Sherry that, we're not gonna get rid of the dogs. As long as nobody gets bit or anything like that, I'm gonna help and I'm gonna assist, to train them. And I'm re-engaging in training. It actually seems like it's a little more fun. We know what to do now, so, I think it'll be fun. I'm not necessarily proud of what's happened, what's transpired throughout the process, but I'm definitely proud of what's happened here.
You've done a lot of groundwork, you've done a lot of foundation work. Just build on it. That's all, build on it.
We will.
If the family continue with training the dogs, exercising them, giving them mental stimulation, dogs aren't gonna chew. What I'm worried about is if they slip, because once the family take a step back, those dogs are gonna go right back to what they did.
Good girls. Get them, Sam. The biggest success since Victoria left is probably Just the stress level's a lot less in the house, a lot lower. Come on, girls. The reality about the schedule is we came into an agreement. It's not on a board, it's not on a calendar, but on my days I'm going to work, I'm gonna help. Team effort, total team effort. Wanna cut these up for me?
Sure. Rob and China have been helping me as much as they can. I'm enjoying myself over here doing nothing, watching you two.
Well, hey, enjoy it.
Rob is, walking the dogs.
Let's go. Come on.
He'll even scoop some poop, and I don't even have to ask. Let's go. Sam, let's go. Good girl. I think probably one of the most positive things is the walking. They don't pull me down the street. I can't hold him. I can't hold him. I don't have to, be so ashamed walking.
The dog's not the problem, he's the problem.
Chad hates the dog.
Get the off the couch! We'll let the dog dehydrate, drop dead, we bury it, and it's over.
Okay. Oh, wait a second.
Oh my God!
She gets out every day.
Every day.
Do you want to be responsible for Snooki getting killed?
Remember, you have to train the dog not to go out.
No, you don't. You need to train the freaking people. You're letting all your sons walk all over you. What am I doing here? I want you to get up off the sofa, and I'm going to mop all these floors. I will not leave a dog where I feel it's being neglected. Seriously, I'm going to get animal control here and take your dog away. And I am not kidding.
Victoria's not carrying my dog. So Victoria can yak, 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 yak all she wants. Not here, it won't happen.
You don't have any damn choice, I can tell you that.
He just needs to be disciplined.
Dog's going, and that's it.
What are you doing? I'm Alina Gathos. I live here with my boyfriend, Chad. Get off your ass now!
I'm not getting the dog.
I have two sons, Joseph and Michael, and my dog, Snooki. She's a golden retriever. She's 1 year old, and she's a nightmare.
I wanted like a bike or something, and then I just wanted a dog.
And I said, absolutely not. 3 hours later, I come home, and there's a golden retriever running around in my living room.
You're sitting here partying!
It's his dog!
Chad hates the dog.
Get the off the couch!
Chad also wants the dog out, but I want the dog to stay.
I told you not to get the swab, didn't I? I can't stand the dog. I think the dog should be outside in a doghouse, chained up to a pole, and leave her out there.
Snooki is constantly escaping the house. She has almost gotten killed 3 times already. Oh my God!
Snooki's retarded. I come home in the foyer, as soon as I walk in, it's a cesspool. I need a kayak to get in from all the piss. You know what I'm saying?
My kids are lazy and they don't want to do anything.
Okay, I've been at school all day. I'm not doing
What do you mean you're not doing?
You got double football.
I'm going to fire school like 8 hours a day, seeing like all this stuff on the floor. I'm just like, I'm not gonna do this. Like, it's a mess. I'm not,
I think they love the dog, but they just have their own lives and they don't want to help out.
You know the kids, they don't take the
So why don't you do it?
She wants me to take care of that damn dog. I'm not doing it. Let her kid take care of it.
That has nothing to
I'm not
do with
doing
it. Just came home
Don't
to a
let
big
his dog
mess.
Let him do it.
I'm really disgusted about it because nobody else helps. Nobody wants to train the dog. Nobody wants to do anything with the dog. The dog is just here destroying the home. You all use the house to have massive parties, and I'm like an idiot working and come home to this.
We're at a breaking point because she's coming in screaming every night, I'm not taking care of the dog. I said, don't take care of the dog. Leave the dog alone, let who wanted the dog take the responsibility, or let the dog dehydrate, don't eat, drop dead, we bury it, and it's over. Come here, you dumb. Come here.
Chad! Hold on.
Hello.
Hi. How are you?
Hello, I'm fine, thank you. Oh my goodness. Hello, good to meet you too.
How are you, hon? And look what the dog did, hon.
She just went.
Yeah.
She just went.
Just went now.
I walk into the foyer and it is just trashed. There's urine, dried up poop, trash everywhere.
Anyway, I'm Chad, Victoria.
Hello.
How are you doing?
Yeah, good to meet you. Do you take her out to pee?
No,
Not really.
What?
We tie you to the tree outside.
You tie her to the tree to go
Yeah.
pee?
Yeah.
And there's a noose in the tree, too, just in case, you know.
There's a noose in the tree?
He's so bad. Don't listen to him.
No. Come on,
There
girl.
you go. Oh, good God. There's a lot of people in here. They're not all your sons, are they?
Yes, they are.
Couple of them.
Some are rentals. A couple of them are rentals.
Is this like a party house?
Maybe you spend the night tonight, you'll see what goes on, you know what I'm saying?
Snooki's the best.
Is she?
Yeah.
So why am I here? She seems like there's what's the problem?
The dog's not the problem, he's the problem.
You're the problem.
Absolutely not.
Okay, so what?
Why would I be the problem that I can't stand the dog? I'm not really a dog type of individual. That table is a month old. Look at the bottom of that table already. This is what she destroyed right here. She destroyed right here.
And then she
all
destroyed
the corners over there. We put $30,000 into this house and you wouldn't even know it.
So what have you done about it to stop the chewing?
What am I gonna do? Chew with her? She don't listen. You tell her to come here, she don't come here.
Yeah, if you're like that, I ain't friggin' listening to you either.
That's right.
Chet is a bulldozer of a man. Doesn't listen to anybody else. Very crass. And that's the good parts about him.
Our style, we can't have animals.
Why not?
Because they don't eat for days, we're not home for days. Sometimes we're working, we're doing this.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't like what I hear when the family tell me that they keep forgetting to feed the dog. Sometimes she doesn't eat for days on end. That's just plain neglect. Why aren't you feeding her then?
There you go,
I
thank
do
you.
feed her sometimes.
What is this? Is this dog food?
Yeah, probably from a week ago. I leave, I'm out all day till 11 o'clock at night usually.
Yeah, okay, but could you feed her in the morning?
Yeah, probably.
There's such apathy in this home. I think the family really likes Snooki, but they just don't want to do anything to look after her. Does Chet want to be whipped into shape?
I gotta go for a dog?
Yeah, because
You're out of your mind.
the
Forget
dog loves us. We love the dog, but you hate the dog. Things are just all messed up.
it. Nobody loves Chet, so why should I love the dog?
Why should we love you?
Yeah, there you go.
This is an interesting household, to say the least. Chet obviously doesn't want Snooki around, but then who does? How did this dog come into the house then?
I bought her.
You bought her.
Yeah, he's the one that wanted it, cried for it, brought it home 2 hours later, didn't want it no more.
I agree with him. If you bring an animal into a home, it's got to be taken care of.
Right.
Why don't you do anything?
I help sometimes.
Sometimes.
He helps sometimes,
That's
yeah.
not good
I know.
enough. Don't me. Sometimes you brought the dog in. You got to do the work.
Victoria thinks that the whole family is just plain out lazy.
Tell you what, take her, train her, and then bring her back and let's see what happens.
Nah, I don't do that. I tell you what to do, and then you train the dog because it's your dog.
I really wasn't happy with Victoria coming in and spitting, giving orders and everything else. She ain't gonna come in and muscle me. I'm just gonna go with the flow and see how it works out. If it's just not working for me, I'm just not gonna do it. Maybe we should put a piece of duct tape across her ass so she don't leak. What do you think?
I'd like to put a piece of duct tape on your mouth.
It's going to be interesting if they make it through. There's going to be some kind of fight, or Chet's going to walk out.
She wants to go out. Right now, she wants to go out.
She does want to go
Yeah,
out.
she wants
So,
to go
should
out.
we take her out?
Whoa!
Oh, okay. One of those.
Snook!
It's pretty obvious that Elaine has never really walked Snooki before because Snooki pulled her, and in fact pulled her so much that Elaine had to let go of the leash. Okay. Oh, wait a second.
Snooky!
Okay. Hi, Snook.
Come on, girl.
When Elaine let go of the leash, I thought, oh my goodness, here we go. We're gonna have to chase Snooki around, chase her down for hours on end, or she's gonna get run over. What a nightmare. Snooki, look! Look at this. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, good girl, good girl.
Oh, wow, that was easy enough.
If I chase her, she's just gonna go great game. But if I focus on something else, like digging, what's in there? So she came over. That's how I got her back.
Okay, Snook, come on.
Let's go.
Go for a walk.
Is this why you don't walk her often?
Yep.
The boys don't either. No.
Oh, my goodness.
Okay. I got it. So she's obviously don't get a lot of walking.
She does get a lot of running when she gets out, because she's out every day.
So
But
she gets
roams
out
by herself.
She gets out every day?
Every day. Been times I had to call the police.
Really? You're very near an interstate here.
Yes, I know. A lot of nights the kids will come in, leave the door open, so Snooki can freely get out. And it's not fair to the dog.
You're the mom, all the
Yep.
boys come round to
Yep.
your house. It's like open policy.
Yeah, until 2, 3 in the morning.
And
Yep.
then you get to do all the
I
work.
have all the mess, everything.
They take advantage of
Yep,
you.
they all take advantage.
What do you want me to do? The truth is that Elena's enabling this behavior. She has a puppy that no one wants to train. She has kids partying in her house all night. Snooki is getting out every day and sometimes doesn't get fed for days on end. I'm getting really, really worried now that this could be a case of neglect. All right, well, let's take her home. Walk with me, girl. Everyone's blaming Snooki. Nobody is taking responsibility. And they are all in the wrong. There's nothing wrong with Snooki at all. She's just a puppy that chews, and she hasn't been toilet trained properly. But that's about it. She's a great dog.
What do you want from me?
I need you. I'm good.
Most women need me. I mean, that's obvious.
Yeah,
Besides
right.
that, you know.
Desperate ones. We're gonna need to work together. It's only gonna work if you put in the time and effort. You don't just go to school for 5 minutes and it's all there. You learn throughout your life. That's exactly what a dog's got to do.
I didn't think it's too late. She's set in her ways.
She's not set in her ways. She can be changed. That's why I'm here. But you have to help make her change.
I love it when Victoria went at the chat. He never gets that, so I'm glad it happened.
You grinded in on me. You know, there's 4 of us
Trying
here.
to get to know you, Chet.
The dog ain't ain't putting bread on my table. The dog ain't doing this. He's always busy doing his fire school. She's here during the week most of the time. He's here all day out riding his moped.
Yeah, you do have to get up off that sofa. You're gonna be walking this dog 4 times a day. You're also gonna be feeding this dog. You wanted to bring this dog into the home, that's what you're gonna do. You're letting all your sons and all his friends walk all over you. You, walk the dog now. What happens if you said that?
Go f yourself. That's what he tells us.
You
Go
say
yourself.
that.
No, I never.
That's what they say? You talk to your mother like that?
Yes.
They do.
They do? That is the most disgusting, pathetic, cowardly behavior I've ever heard. And you better damn well show your mother a bit of respect. If I hear things like the dog's never fed, I go, okay, wait a second, alarm bells go off in my head, neglect. And let me tell you this plain, right? I will not leave a dog in a situation where I feel it's being neglected.
Listen, I come home.
Listen to me, wait a second. This is it now, and I'm gonna lay it down on the line now. I'm not gonna come train your dog. Alarm bells go off in my head, neglect. I'm not gonna come train your dog. I'm not gonna come and train your dog until you all come to a decision about whether you're gonna keep this dog or not. So what you're gonna have now is a conversation amongst yourselves to see whether, are we really gonna work with this dog? Are we really gonna put the time and effort with this dog? Okay, so sort it out. Snooki is an absolutely wonderful dog. There's absolutely nothing wrong with her. She's just a puppy with puppy problems. It's the family that is the huge issue. I will not train Snooki unless they give me some kind of commitment. It's a waste of my time.
She's absolutely right about the dog being neglected. But I cannot be with the dog 24/7.
I feel bad for the dog, to be honest with you. I feel bad for that dog, the way she's got to live here.
I'm taking care of the dog.
But you're
gonna
not
take
taking care of the dog. You're cleaning up after the dog. What about disciplining the dog? What about when she does wrong?
What
You do
about
something.
you guys?
I'm
Why
at
me?
home.
You are home.
I'm at home, 10 o'clock at night.
You've been home for 3 days.
I'm sick.
If there was a bag of money down the street, that cane would be gone.
I will make no headway whatsoever at all unless the family are on board. If they're just going to blame each other, point fingers at each other, any kind of training I give them is not going to be done.
They're going to be going back to school. So during the day, she's home by herself anyway now. So somebody has to try and get home during the day to let the dog out. Thought about it a little bit, you know. If the kids see me doing the right thing, maybe the kids will do the right thing too. Well, that's Victoria. Come up with a plan. We'll lay out a format.
You gonna help? You wanna help a little? Why don't we all try it? Try it. That's it.
I'll try it.
You try it?
Yep.
I'll
We'll
try
all
it.
try it?
Yep.
All right, we'll all try it. They promised me today they would change, but things that I've been trying to say for the past year, how they should help me, and that, it never worked.
Hi. Have you talked?
Yes, we have.
What's happening?
I feel that I want to be your assistant. Vic and Chat, as the dog whisperer. What do you think?
All
But
right.
listen, I'm only going to hang in there if everybody else is hanging in there.
Yeah, no,
I want
I
to be honest
agree.
with you. No, there's enough on my back now as it is.
If she gets trained, if you all help her to get trained, there's real no issues in the home. You are so lucky to have a dog like this. And you need to celebrate this dog and make her successful. I am not convinced at the moment that this family is actually going to work with their dog, but I have to give them the benefit of the doubt.
So if it works out and we get this one right, maybe we'll get another dog.
Let's not go too crazy, shall we? So you got this great backyard here. But that doesn't mean to say you just shove her out here and leave her out here. I want you to come out and play with her, okay? And I've got a variety of toys here for you that you can use with her. Poor Snooky spends most of her life indoors. She's totally bored. That's why she's chewing. And all the family have to do is to come out here once or twice a day and just play with their dog for 20 minutes or so, and then she's exhausted. Really get animated. I don't care how stupid you look. Good, nice. Go get the other one. Here. There you go. Good. Animate it. That's it. There you go. Here. Right. She comes back, gives it to you. Now throw the other ball. Good. Now pick it up. Pick the other one up.
So.
When you want to get a dog to come with you, all right, if you just say, Snook, most boring man on the planet. So if you go like this, Snooky, come here. Good. Family is so low energy, it's so difficult to actually get them to move.
Come on, son.
That's it. Good. Now throw. Run the ball. Throw the ball to her. That's it.
Good girl.
Seriously, could you just have a little bit more energy?
Go get the baby.
Throw the ball for her.
Yeah.
Throw the ball for her first. There you go. Go get the, you go get the baby.
Oh,
Right. Now you throw the baby for her.
go get the baby.
That's it.
I was very bored when we took Snooky in the yard because it was throw the ball, fetch the ball, come back.
You know what? I've noticed something. That you're all kind of low energy. I don't know. It's like, oof. Is it just boring?
We're just all beat.
Yeah. Okay.
I have been going to bed 4 o'clock in the morning.
All right. We're done. The family's full of excuses. I'm tired, the kids kept me up all night, the dog keeps on getting out. Well, you're the adult, put a stop to it. Yes, I want to make life easier for the family, but for Snooky, it's a matter of life and death. The house is so chaotic. The only way to get them organized is to put them on a schedule. Hey,
What's up, man?
what's up? That means Snooky's going to get fed at the right time. Snooky's not going to get out. Kids aren't going to come round. And that means the family are going to argue less because they have a schedule there right in front of them. First of all, we're going to talk about a schedule.
Yeah, all right.
Yes,
That's good.
because I just don't think, all right, because I don't trust you guys that you're going to be, no, your dog needs to get on a schedule. And you guys have all got to partake in that schedule. So if you write it down, there's no argument. I brought in a schedule so the family could actually get on the same page for once. Who cleans the house? Who, like, you?
She cleans the house usually.
At 11 o'clock at night when I have time.
But no, because 11 o'clock at night, it starts all over again. People start to come in. So don't let her hand you that crap. Just like last night, threw everybody out of here.
So let's talk about that now. What are you going to do about people coming in here, kids coming in here all hours?
I don't know because that's just my home, always been. And I'm also worried because my neighbor came over to me before and he says, these damn kids, he said, are in and out while you're sleeping. They leave the door open and the dog is out some nights just roaming.
This is a big deal. Your dog keeps on getting out of your house because you're having friends in and out of the house all the time. The dog gets out.
Well, maybe we have to train the dog not to go out.
No, you don't. You need to train the freaking people. God bless it. Seriously, how much do I have to say? Do you want your dog flattened on the road? Is it funny? Joey, is it funny? You want your dog squashed on the road?
I'm not laughing.
Because I swear to God, you do that again, I'm going to get animal control here and take your dog away. And I am not kidding. I am not freaking kidding.
Well, you'll
but
never take our
seriously,
dog away. That would never happen.
I have done it before.
Not here, it never happened.
You don't have any damn choice, I can tell you that.
They leave the door open and the dog is out some nights just roaming.
I hear that again. I'm going to get animal control here and take your dog away.
Well, you'll
but
never take our
seriously,
dog away. That would never happen.
you don't have any damn choice, I can tell you that. I have a responsibility to keep Snooky safe, and I'll do what I have to in order to do that.
Well, listen, I just established that.
No,
That won't
let's
happen.
establish
So
that. Let's establish that.
let's
establish that I've done it before and I
I'm
will
not doubting
do
you've
it
done it
again.
before, but you're not going to do it here. It ain't going to happen.
Well, it is. If I think your dog's in danger and your dog's neglected, yes, I will.
Okay.
So don't.
Listen,
That's the way it is.
I'm not going to say no more. You spoke, I spoke. Now let's move on to
All
how
right.
we're going to try and resolve the problem.
All right. Okay.
So let's hope
I
we
would
can
rather
resolve.
resolve the
Yes,
problem, but
that's-
it doesn't seem like these guys, or I have to say, Elena, taking any kind of responsibility. I'm trying to get through to you.
So Victoria's not carrying my dog. No one's going to get rid of the dog unless I get rid of the dog. So Victoria can yak, 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 all she wants. I don't care if she calls in the YSPCA, whatever the hell you call it. I get the last say when it comes to the dog.
You gotta look out for this dog. I feel so sorry for her. I just know what her fate is. I know exactly what her fate is. Her fate is gonna end up being squashed on the freeway. I'll predict it.
Unless we do the right thing.
Let's finish the schedule. You gotta sort it out yourself. Gonna get the food. We're gonna talk about feeding. My training relies on people working at it. I don't have any faith that any members of the family will work on anything that I give them. Part of me really wants to take Snooki out of this home right now and never come back. All right, so from now on, you don't free feed the dog. And it's gonna be really good food that's really nutritious for her. You're gonna mix a little bit of this dry with a bit of wet. And
She doesn't like the dry.
when you mix
If
it
you
in
mix
with the
it with
wet,
the
she
wet, she
will.
will.
I'll show you. I try my hardest with people, but sometimes I just gotta go throw my hands up in despair and give up. I wanted the family to get on with the schedule while I fed their poor starving dog. I pick up the food bowl, it's caked with dirt, hasn't been washed in years probably. Joey, you look like you're falling asleep. Come over here and you can watch this.
Go ahead, Zoe.
Don't be too excited about it. I just cannot be bothered to get the family up, get them over to the kitchen, and have them standing there like lemons.
Vic, don't you like challenges, though? Don't challenges entice you?
You know what? I like challenges. You're certainly a challenge. But I just kind of get sort of a real apathetic feeling. Just from kind of...
Like that you're wasting your time, you think?
Sort of.
No, you're not wasting your time. I'll make sure you're not wasting your time. Victoria came in, smacked us around a little bit. I'm gonna follow her routine and see what happens. I think it will work as long as we stick at it.
Somehow I kind of believe you.
I will.
Somehow it feels like you're giving the most energy and that everybody else is just kind of there like, yeah, whatever. The apathy in this family is like nothing I've ever dealt with, but I can't give up. Snooki's life is at stake here, so I have to do something, anything, that will get the family motivated. I really wanted to show the family Snooki's potential, and because Joe is training to be a volunteer fireman, I thought going down to the firehouse and seeing actual search and rescue dogs work might inspire the family, especially Joe, to work with Snooki. I wanted to introduce you to Rob and Sue from New Jersey Search and Rescue. They have their dog Micah. Tell us about Micah.
Micah was a rescue. We got him at 1 year old. He was given up by his family. We've been doing search and rescue, my wife and I, for quite a long time. So he immediately went into search and rescue training. One of the exercises that we'll show you here is Come When Called.
This is a really great game that I love to play with dogs. It's sort of the backwards and forwards game, and you can play it in your backyard.
Micah! Micah, good boy.
Good.
Excellent.
Good boy, Micah, come. Good, good, good.
Micah, come.
You'll
Good
notice
boy.
one of the things that happens here is the dog starts to come back to me automatically. And that's how we built in the recall refine, because that's supposed to be an automatic behavior.
Right.
So this works out very well for them.
Wow.
Good boy.
I was totally blown away when that gentleman presented that dog. Just the way the dog responded, I mean, it was incredible.
You've hidden something, haven't you, here?
Yeah.
This is another thing for Snooki. I'm gonna really teach her how to find stuff.
Okay.
So you can hide it, you're gonna tell her to go find, and she's gonna find it. I want you to see how this dog does it, okay?
All right.
Micah, zoo.
See, there's no screaming, there's no yelling. It's nice, it's peaceful.
Yes. Good boy, show me. Yeah, good job. Good job.
I'd be very proud of Snooki if she could do that. It resembles like so much of what I do, so like to have her do that with me, that would be even great. It'd be like having a partner.
You can simplify this game in your home. And this is all mental stimulation. It's all games. That's all it is. It's play. You give her a lot of experience of this back and forth game and coming to you, yeah, good girl. When she does escape and you call her, she's gonna be like, Dad, I love you. And she's gonna come back to you.
When you train your dog, this is what you end up with, is a best friend.
Wow.
Someone who's a real partner and
My dog, I had one dog my whole life, and 15 years later, she was like my best buddy. No matter where I went, she went with me. When she passed away, that was it. I refused to ever have another one until I met her leaving.
I was really surprised when Chet told me about the relationship he had with his previous dog and how upset he was when that dog passed away. Maybe this is the reason why he's put up a wall between himself and Snooki.
Coming up.
I want you to get up off the sofa and I'm gonna mop all these floors. Snooki's getting free. She's running off. There's a freeway very close to here. Do you want to be responsible for Snooki getting killed? Do you? You wanted to learn how to get Snooki back if she gets out.
Yes, I do.
Wait.
Okay. Oh, wait a second.
Oh my God!
And the way to do that is to teach a really reliable recall. Chet seemed really inspired by what he'd seen at the firehouse, so I wanted to give him the opportunity to work with Snooki on the recall. What I'd like you to do is to walk a little bit back, and as you're walking, call her a name, and when she gets to you, give her some delicious chicken.
Snook, come here, babe. Come here, girl. Come on.
Good, lovely.
Good girl.
Do this the next time. When she comes up to you and you reward her, I want you to put one hand on her collar and then give her the treat, okay?
Okay.
So that she gets used to coming up close to you.
I got you. Come, Snook. Come, Snook. Come,
Okay.
Snooky.
Collar.
Good girl.
Nice. It was nice to have some one-on-one time with Chet. He was very receptive to the training, and Snooki responded to him in a really great way. The way you talk to a dog's really important.
I know my slang, right?
No, just the lightness of your voice, because you're kind of gruff. She really responds to when you lighten it up.
Come here, girl. Come, girl. Come, Snook.
Oh, you see, it's beautiful.
Okay. Come here, girl.
No, I love it. It was great to see him get involved, and I think start caring. So, Chet,
Yes, love.
when I first came here, you wanted to get rid of her. What do you feel
Correct.
like now?
I don't know, you've kind of changed my whole train of thought, you know? I mean, she's like a little baby. You gotta, you're gonna get out of it what you put into it. It was cool for me, I mean, to hang out with her. Like, the more I do it, the more I'll get used to it too, I'll get there. I'll walk her and I'll figure out a way to take her in the yard and play with the ball and, one step at a time.
Is it because you had this dog that was such a friend with you for 15 years that you don't really want to get attached to another one?
Yeah, that tore me apart.
Did it?
Yeah, I had to take it to the vet, and, I couldn't deal with it. I was sick for weeks. It was just when they wanted the dog, I was totally against it because, you're gonna hook up with the dog. Eventually, you're gonna bond. The dog's gonna,
And she is pretty bonded with you. Out of any member of the family, she comes to you the most.
Yeah, she does.
When I first came into this house, I don't think I would have believed that it would be Chet that made the most progress. Deep in Chet's heart, he loves that dog. It's just for so long he hasn't been able to show it.
Come here.
I wanted to talk to Aline about setting boundaries for all of the kids that come through the house. I don't care what this family does with their social life. What I'm concerned about is when kids are coming in all day and night, Snooki's getting free. She's running off. There's a freeway very close to here. She's gonna get run over. Tell me what happened last night.
It was kind of quiet, just me and Snooki alone, up until about 12 o'clock. Kids started coming in. I went in my bedroom, I fell asleep, Snooki went to sleep, and they left in the middle of the night.
Have you seen the fact, though, by embracing them, by having them in your home all the time, that you have enabled that behavior?
Yes.
And that kids, when they get older, yeah, they're gonna take advantage.
Yes.
Can't do it at home, so they're gonna come and do it at your house.
Yes.
What kind of boundaries are you gonna set?
I had mixed emotions about it because I also enjoy the kids too. So another sense is, oh my God, if I tell the kids they have to leave, I'll be alone.
It's up to you now. Some of the kids that frequent your home are inside. And I want you to lay down the law. I want you to go and talk to them. But first of all, I have something for them to do.
Oh, you do?
Which I think is long overdue. The boys are so disrespectful. But the fact is, if Aline lays down the law, they'll have no choice but to respect her. So I wanted to show her how to get respect from those kids. When you come here, do you ever help to clean up?
I clean a lot. Oh, yeah, I clean a lot. If I clean the house, it's once a year, but I clean it good. I even clean the chandeliers.
I do foremost cleanings, like spring and summer and winter.
I have a big pet peeve, and that is when kids are old enough and capable enough to help within the household, that they don't. Michael, for you to say you cleaned up and it's literally you did the house spotless once a year is pathetic.
It's perfect.
It's not perfect, it's pathetic. So, I want you to get up off the sofa and I'm gonna mop all these floors. You're gonna vacuum everything.
We want this done now?
Oh, yeah, you're doing it. Do you ever help to clean up?
If I clean the house, it's once a year, but I clean it good.
Michael, for you to say you cleaned up once a year is pathetic. So, I want you to get up off the sofa. I'm gonna mop all these floors. You're gonna vacuum everything. When I told the boys that they had to clean, I think they looked at me as if I was joking, but I never joke about things like that. Love it.
Definitely a dream come true with the kids cleaning. It was the greatest feeling ever. The greatest feeling to see them help.
Before you wash the floor, you gotta vacuum.
Victoria backed me up 100%. And she came in and laid the ground rules out, and it was great.
I'll be back in an hour. I'm gonna go take the garbage to the dump, right?
On top of having the boys and their friends help out, I wanted to give Elaine something that would make future cleaning a lot easier. I've got a little gift for you.
Look at that!
All right, this is the brand new Dyson DC41 Animal. And they call it an animal because it eats up everything in its path. You can use it on marble floors, you could use it on wood floors, you could use it on rugs.
The new Dyson is unbelievable. I love it. I wish it would suck you up. Look at this.
You like it?
Great,
Isn't it
I love
great?
it.
Isn't it great?
Let the dog sheds on the couch. I got a Dyson. You know what I'm saying? Let that Dyson go to work for me, you know? I plug it in, I turn it on, and that's it. It's a walk in the park.
Thank you. You're welcome, dog. Thank you. The kids cleaned the kitchen and didn't answer back about it. I always get, no, I'm not doing it. I'm not taking the garbage out. The kids are laughing in my face. That was the greatest feeling.
Elaine needs to be empowered. I think it's time that she lay down some rules and boundaries in this home, especially when it comes to Snooki and her safety. So Elaine's got something to say to you guys.
We're all going on a schedule the way I want it, which means at dinner time, it's just my family and I. And after I cook, kids go home. If they like, they could come back, but out of the house by 8:30. No more walking in the door 12, 1, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. That's ending. Parties are stopping. I would have never done this alone or been able to even get the guts up to do it alone. And you just have to help. The way you help today, that's the way every day you're gonna help.
Practice what you preach, though. Practice what you preach.
The schedule was a joke for my mom. She'll never get scheduled. She'll always have people in the house.
What do you think about what she said? Think it's mean?
That's a good idea.
And the reason why we're doing it is I'm here for the dog. And you guys coming in and out, all hours of the day, all hours of the night, taking advantage of this home, and you're letting that dog out. Do you want to be responsible for Snooki getting killed? Because she runs away. Do you?
No, I don't.
Okay, it cannot happen anymore. I've got a sign on the door as well. How simple is it to put a sign up on the front door to say, please don't let the dog out? Why wasn't that done before?
Are you gonna be happy that I want it this way?
Well, if you practice it what you preach, then I'll be happy.
These are all looking at me like I'm not gonna do it.
You are not gonna do it.
Yeah, we'll last now because it'll make life easier for me.
So now with rules, there's not going to be all of this stuff. Okay?
She's the commander.
All right, good. Let's hope that Snooki stays alive. I think kids are always going to come in and out of this household. It's just that kind of home. I just hope now that there's a sign on the door, everyone's going to respect it. Now I've tackled the issues with the family, I can finally get back to teaching Snooki. So yesterday at the firehouse, you saw a search and rescue dog. Today is the first step of creating a search and rescue dog of your own.
Okay.
And Joe, you're going to be working her.
All right.
I really wanted to get Joey involved in the training because besides Chet, he's the one that's most interested in working with Snooki. I'm going to basically teach her what we call nose work. It's where the dog has to use its nose to find a reward. It can take a long time to train a search and rescue dog, but I think Snooki has potential. And if that's harnessed in the right way, I think she'll be a great working dog. So I'm gonna take a little cardboard box like this. Inside, I'm gonna put really high value reward. I have chicken here. I'm gonna put it in the box. Tell her, go find Good girl. Now what I'm gonna do is now I'm gonna put the box on the floor. I'm gonna tell her, go find. Good girl. And I'm gonna put 2 boxes out. Go find. Go find. Go find. Good girl. Yes. So, Joseph, what I want you to do is I just want you to pick up a few boxes, put a treat in a box, and get her to go get it.
It's good.
Okay. Now you go tell her to go find.
So, go find. Go find.
Right to it.
Right to it.
I was very surprised that Snooki like found the treat like really fast. And when I saw Snooki do that, like I really thought, you know, that she could do this and become like a rescue dog.
Tell her.
So, go find. Snooki, go find. Go find.
Done. I'm trying to teach, and all of a sudden, Michael's yawning and Elena's on her phone. They're obviously bored out of their minds, and it's just plain rude. Seriously. You tell her.
Snooki, go find. Go find.
At one point, I look over and Elena's on her cell phone. It's so frustrating, but you have to pick your battles, and at least I'm getting Joey on board. How does it feel working with your dog?
Feels great.
Yeah?
Feels like she actually listens to me now.
It's gonna create such a bond, which is awesome.
Yeah.
Joey is really embracing the training, having previously no interest in teaching Snooki at all. Now I have to do something to get Helene interested in her dog. And I think I have the perfect solution. Shoot you a harness? I'd like you to be able to walk her yourself.
Yes, it
And
would
the
be
other
nice.
day, when you had to, she really literally nearly pulled you over.
Yeah. Whoa!
Oh, okay. One of those. So this is a harness that's attached by the chest.
Okay.
And when,
wow,
when
look
she
at that.
pulls, her body comes round. So if you see how I walk her, come with me. Good girl. So she tries to pull, and that pressure, I just stop a little bit. But she's not dragging me now. See how she backs up?
Definitely got more control.
Definitely. I'm hoping now, by putting the new harness on Snooki, that every member of the family will enjoy walking her now and that she'll get out more. Just feel this. Feel this for you. Now see it. Now she's gonna try to pull you and just stop. Just stop when she does. There you go. Stop.
Stop. Come.
Nice. When she's by your side, you praise her.
Good girl.
How does that feel, Elaine? Is that better?
Perfect. Oh my God, what a difference. I was able for the first time to walk my dog around the corner without being dragged. It's great. It's a great feeling.
And actually, you know what? You look really great. You do. You look really great.
Maybe I'll lose weight now. I could walk.
My mom, like when she was walking the dog, she was like very proud of walking Snooki. Like nothing could get in her way. So it was really great.
Hey.
Hi.
Hey, Snooki. I have to say, this is one of the most beautiful dogs that I've met. She's got such a good future if you really harness it.
No, listen, I was totally against all this. I just didn't see it happen. Victoria came in and smacked us around a little bit, and bada boom.
I'm just like shocked by like all the stuff she could really do because we never like got the chance to do it with her, you know. I talked to the trainer from the rescue dog, and I want to do the class with her.
You'll get out of her what you put in.
Yeah. When I see a forward progress and I see like something happening, like I don't want it to stop. So I hope it keeps up now.
So Chet, when I came in here,
Why am I like, what?
I thought, who is this guy?
You always think, wow, it's like changing diapers. It's really not. It's not going to be as bad as we think it is.
You know what? Out of any of you, she comes to you most.
Yeah, I think. Yeah.
She comes to you the most. All right. Thank you. Snooki has so much potential. She's an amazing dog, and I really hope this family can work with her and harness the potential that she has. I hope they don't let her down.
I'm not an icky guy. Don't get that on film.
Is there a tear coming down your cheek?
No, when I go to the restroom, maybe I'll have 1 or 2 drop. That's it.
All right.
All right, Vic,
See you
thank
guys.
you very much, love.
What do you think? She's doing better?
Yeah, she's doing fine.
I like it better like
I
this.
like it better. Nice and humble, relaxed, no kids coming in and out. Since Victoria's came, things have come a long way. Snooki's been doing well. A lot of less grief. There's been a lot of forward progress. And to the positive. Everything's been to the positive. Me and Snooki bonded.
Yeah.
Right, girl? We bonded? Did we bond? Yes, we did.
Don't.
Yeah, you love
I'm
Daddy
jealous
now.
now. Look at that.
Yeah.
The dog has become a friend of Chet's. They were enemies, and now they're best pals.
Snooki, come on. Want to come for a walk with Daddy? You want to come with Daddy? Come on. We've been spending a lot of time together, me and the dog. But I like it. Where's Mommy?
Yeah, girl.
Snooki's getting walk better. Snooki's getting fed better. You know, she's getting played with a lot. You know, a lot of training.
Oh. Good girl. As far as I'm concerned, me and Joey have been pretty much on schedule with the dog. Mikey, he just faded out of the picture again.
Did you do any of the training I showed you?
Yes, come here, girl. Snooks, want it? Sit. Sit. Good girl.
Why don't you get up and do it?
Michael has not been doing much at all, but Joey's been a shock to me. I thought he would never even bother with the dog.
Yes, I'd like to make an appointment for Snooki for the water rescue training. I'm really excited to start the rescue training. I really want to get into
the dog.
Hi.
Victoria heads to Hollywood to meet television actress Nicole Sullivan, her husband Jason, and their cast of 4 mixed-breed dogs.
Back.
Paco, Jackson, Donut, and Funsies, a Louisiana Catahoula leopard mix who barks incessantly.
We went to court with 3 noise ordinances in a row.
While Chihuahua mix Paco and Lab mix Jackson take turns marking all over the house.
We don't want the baby stepping in urine.
At mealtime, all 4 dogs swarm the dinner table.
It's just frustrating.
They're like piranha, aren't they?
Jason's fed up with the mess.
When people walk in here, it's honestly like walking into a barn.
And Nicole's at her wit's end.
No one likes waking up to pee in their house.
Will the dogs take Victoria's direction?
Enough. Things get away from you. We've got to get this under control.
Or will chaos take center stage?
Oh.
Expert dog trainer Victoria Stilwell has over 13 years' experience training dogs in Great Britain and the United States. Today, she's on her way to Nicole and Jason's busy home.
You have to be willing to put in quality time with your animals, no matter how busy your lives become. The more pets you have, the greater the responsibility.
Victoria arrives to observe for the day, but first, she needs to get acquainted with the whole family.
Hello. Hi. Wow. Hello.
Here's the brood.
Oh
Come
my
on
gosh,
in,
it is a
please.
brood.
It's a little pack.
Wow.
Funsies. We have 4 dogs, 3 cats, a 20-month-old little boy, and it's anarchy. The inmates are running the asylum, and we really need to do something about it.
Hey, nice to meet you. Hey, good to meet you.
This is my husband, Jason,
Hello.
and our son, Dash. Come on in.
We just would like to have a little bit of structure. I mean, when people walk in here, it's honestly like walking into a barn.
While Dash heads off with his nanny for a nap, Victoria meets the rest of the pack.
This one over here.
Jackson's the oldest. We've had him since he was 8 months old. Just relax, Jackson. You don't get stressed out. Funsies. She's a Louisiana Catahoula leopard mix.
Nicole had Funsies and Jackson when we got together. I actually got Donut from a shelter.
So that made 3. Then last Christmas, we found Paco
On the street. Paco will just snip at Jackson, and they mark all over the place.
Everywhere.
There's not
Oh,
a
they
day
mark.
that I don't clean up
Oh, really?
urine. Yeah, they'll mark on new toys that come into the house. I'm surprised I haven't caught them marking Dash. I think the marking is probably the biggest thing for me because of the smell. It's just a little bit, I find, disgusting.
Are you on the same page with regards to the way you
No.
discipline?
Nicole tends to be more in the now, so she feels bad about disciplining them, and so she will not. The dogs are putting a little bit of a strain on our relationship, especially how busy Nicole and I both are.
But I think he yells too much, he raises his voice too much, they get a little numb to it. I'd say a solid 50% of our fights are about the animals. There's arguments about the dogs. It's about the pee. And every time it happens, he gets mad and I go, oh, what are you gonna do?
I'm here to observe today, so I want to see all of the behaviors that you're talking about, and then I can get a better picture of what we can do to make your problems better.
While Jason heads off to work, Nicole shows Victoria the family's mealtime routine that until Paco arrived, she had down pat.
Back, 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 back. Everyone go back. Back,
The older dogs fall right in line,
back, back. Paco, back.
but Paco is another matter.
Stay, stay.
You make them wait.
Yeah, but see, Paco doesn't get the back thing. Hold on. Get back, Paco, back. Paco doesn't really know how to stay behind the threshold. He lacks in smarts. Paco, sit. Sit, Paco. Sit, sit. Stay, stay.
Paco says, I don't do any of that, but I dance.
He's
I
got
dance.
nothing, yeah. He doesn't sit, stay.
With the dogs fed, Nicole takes Victoria into the backyard to show her her frustrations with funsies.
Funsies over there will just sort of sit by the fence and,
Right.
and watch the perimeter.
Funsies requires little to no provocation to start a lengthy barking session.
If it sets her off, we got about 3 hours of barking in her.
3 hours.
We went to court with her, doggy court.
You went to doggy court?
Yeah, someone was complaining. We had 3 noise ordinances in a row with her. That's when we got the shock collar. It was when we realized that it was either that or they'd take her away.
Wow.
The shock collar thing, I was embarrassed to tell her, to be honest, because I do all these charity stuff, being, an actor and sort of being in the public eye and sort of telling everyone what a great animal person I am. And that goes against that.
Funsies really does bark a lot whenever she's out here. Now, the shock collar isn't addressing why Funsies is barking, it's just trying to suppress the barking. Well, of course, it's not working.
Another favorite barking platform is this spot overlooking the street.
This is like a vantage point, isn't it, where she can see the street?
Yeah.
And anything that passes by.
Yeah. She'll bark at anything going on down there. Actually, Jackson will too. And God forbid there's a dog walking, and she'll just stand there and harass them.
She'll bark at
She'll
them.
bark at anything going on down there.
So she'll just continue.
Yeah.
Okay.
And when Funsies starts barking, the others too often join in.
You hear it, and it's just, you know that you're annoyed, you know your neighbors are annoyed. If I call her, she just doesn't come.
She doesn't. Okay.
It's just me shouting out the door, Funsies, Funsies, Funsies.
What sort of training styles have you done? Have you had trainers before?
This guy came in from a certain camp. He said, well, you have to be the alpha dog. And so it was a lot.
Wait a second. You're a human. You're not a dog.
Yeah.
The training that Nicole has received with her dogs before from trainers is very much of the pack theory, alpha-based, you've got to be dominant over your dog kind of methodology. That's very old-style training and has been shown to be flawed in many, many areas.
And when Funsies isn't barking, she's got another way to pass the time.
Funsies digs. I don't know why dogs dig. I guess they're bored. Here are just a few examples of her work.
Oh, yes.
This one's a new one. That one just happened, I don't know when, just the other day.
Ah, okay.
And it's,
That's a good hole.
Yeah.
Funsies is a hunting breed. This dog is programmed to seek, go find, and to hunt animals. So she digs, and there are numerous holes in the lawn of where she does dig. Does she get walked?
Every day, a dog walker comes and takes them for between an hour and a half and 3 hours a day. They
get lots of exercise.
Lots of exercise. Funsies is a really challenging dog. The 70-pound bundle of barking and digging, and I love her to death, but she's just a little out of control.
Once Dash is up from his nap, it's time for him to eat.
When I feed Dash, it's kind of disgusting. We sit him down, and he's surrounded, by dogs sort of picking at him. If food falls, they're eating it off his shirt, and they're inches from his face and just staring at him, and it's just unpleasant.
They're like piranha, aren't they?
Yeah, and the little one, he stakes out the spot underneath, because he's the only one that can fit under there. And then she gets right up there, and then we're done. All done, Dash?
Okay.
And then they just attack.
In one way, this is good because this is building up a positive association. Dash is a source of good things. But if Dash doesn't give them the food and resists, you never know what could happen. You always have to be so careful with dogs and children.
Oh, look what happened while we were...
Oh, who did that?
I don't know.
Who did that? Wow. Well, it couldn't have been Paco, so it must...
It's just frustrating. No one likes waking up to pee in their house, and no one likes coming home to pee, and everything gets sort of marked on.
Oh, look. Sweetheart, we don't want the baby stepping in urine. No, we don't, do we? We don't.
With Nicole busy cleaning the floor, Jackson decides to help out with cleaning the table.
Hey, we're just gonna clean up the pee-pee from the floor, because that's what the puppy did. It's evident that Nicole really does have her hands full. She's got 4 dogs, 3 cats, and a baby. And she also has a full-time job. That's a lot of work for anybody.
Oh, fun.
Coming up, Victoria lays it on the line for Nicole
Things get away from you. We've got to get this under control.
and calls cut on Paco's marking. Expert dog trainer Victoria Stilwell has spent the day observing actress Nicole, her husband Jason, and their cast of canine characters.
Who did that?
I don't know.
While Jason is away at work, Victoria sits down with Nicole to share her thoughts.
I've had a day observing you and your dogs, and I think you're overwhelmed. You have 4 dogs, 3 cats, a child, and a full-time job. Do you feel overwhelmed? Do you feel like you don't have control?
I think the 4th dog put us over the edge. And certainly Paco's marking is just made it sort of unbearable.
You've got 2 males in the same house together, and obviously what happens sometimes there is that there's competition. It's all about marking territory. Whenever you put down something new, or certainly your son's toys, they get peed on. That is obviously not sanitary, not healthy. You don't want the baby stepping in urine. So we've got to address that. What was it like going to court because your dog was barking?
It was humiliating because I love my dogs, I take care of them, and you feel like you're sort of one of these people that just leaves their dogs tied to a chain in the backyard, you know, and that's not me. But the difference between us in court, we're the same. That dog's a nuisance and so is mine.
I think because of the way that you've disciplined Funsies in the past, she's just blocking you out. She gets shouted at a lot, she gets shocked a lot. And I feel you're uneasy with this type of training anyway. I feel like it goes against who you are and what you feel is right. Now, the other thing is food stealing. You need to make a clear definition of when the dogs are allowed to eat in the kitchen and when they're not. It could be dangerous if Dash decided that, you know, he didn't want the dogs to have his food and he said no.
Right. When it comes to food, dogs are animals.
Of course. Dogs should be a great thing to have. They shouldn't be a point of contention in a relationship. You say 50% of your fights are over the dogs. Well, I want to make that a lot less.
Right.
So we have a lot of work ahead of us. Are you ready?
I am ready, Victoria. I'm very, very ready.
Okay.
It's the first day of training, and Victoria wants to start with Nicole and Jason's biggest problem.
Nicole has a problem with Jackson and Paco scent marking. And now there's Dash, the baby. That's even more important that they get the scent marking under control. All right.
Marking has only been a problem since Paco has joined the household.
It's really going to be Paco that we're going to be focusing on.
Okay.
Because I think if Paco stopped, Jackson wouldn't do it.
Okay.
Most important is to take both dogs out several times a day to encourage them to mark outside.
You really don't have to go for long. It's 5 minutes. Just get that desire out. Oh.
Then, back at the house, Victoria wants to focus on discouraging Paco from marking inside.
I want to see what he does when I put something new on the ground. Dogs scent mark to say this particular object or this place, this territory is mine. When new items come into the house, it's something new that has to be marked, has to be owned.
Victoria lays out 3 new items, then heads upstairs to watch with the help of a hidden camera.
I was watching and waiting for him to lift his leg. As soon as Paco lifted his leg, I came down the stairs, gave him a vocal correction, very shocked to see me. My desire was not to make the dog fearful, my desire was just to startle him.
I was a little surprised that he did it right away. I underestimated his marking abilities.
Put something down on the floor, go up there where you can actually see, and just keep watch for about 15 minutes. The more he realizes when things are put on the ground, if I go and mark them, oh, I hear this horrible noise, I'm not gonna do it.
Okay.
And I just want Paco to know that there are eyes still on him, even though nobody's physically present.
When he can't be supervised, Victoria recommends putting Paco in a pen to stop him from rehearsing the behavior.
And then you give the dog slightly more area and more area. until you're confident that that dog's not scent marking anymore.
Okay.
All right?
With that lesson learned, Victoria wants to improve Nicole's communication with Paco.
I wanted to teach Paco the down command because he doesn't know any kind of language at all. There's no real communication between him and his owners. I also wanted to show Nicole that this dog can learn. It might be slowly, but he can learn.
First, Victoria tries using a treat to entice Paco to lay down. But after 12 long minutes, Paco still isn't catching on.
She said there's no such thing as a dumb dog. She's being very politically correct because I don't know how much smarts that Paco has.
If he's obviously not getting it, then there are little things that I can do to help him. I need to do this. I make a tunnel with my leg, and the dog has to go underneath the tunnel in order to get the treat.
This gently encourages Paco's body into the lying position. After another 12 minutes, there's a breakthrough.
Down.
And Victoria adds the vocal command.
Good boy, all right.
Now it's Nicole's turn.
Down. Good boy.
All right. Those connections might be a little slower, but they're there.
To prove it, Victoria wants to try again with a vocal command and hand signal.
Down. Good boy.
Yay, Paco.
Okay, you do that a couple of times.
Paco. Down. 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 Good boy.
He's got it.
Yeah.
He's now made that connection. So many dogs are called stupid because the owner doesn't have time to really be patient and work with them. And I think Paco was in that category, but you know, he's not a stupid dog. He takes longer to learn, longer to figure things out, but once he does, he's got it.
Coming up, can Victoria bring peace and quiet?
Enough.
Victoria Stilwell has been training Nicole and Jason's dogs. Now, she turns her attention to funsies and her excessive barking.
I want to show you a technique that you can use when you're up here.
Oh, okay, good.
All right, and it's called the removal technique. And I'm going to show you what to do when she barks.
Okay.
All right? I got to wait for a little bit more. Okay, now, enough. Let's go.
Victoria takes funsies down the stairs for a 30-second timeout.
Good girl.
Then returns with all the dogs to take the training to the next level.
If there's only one owner present, you can't just take one dog down for timeout and leave all the others barking. So I wanted to set up a ritual of behavior. As soon as one dog starts barking, you all go downstairs. So Jason, when Funsies barks again, I just want you to say enough, go to her and pull her out for a timeout.
Sure.
And Nicole, I want you to just make a sound or just call the dogs. Let's go and you walk down with them and see what the dogs do. Let's have the distraction noise again. Now go. Now go.
Funsies. Enough.
To all the dogs, enough. Good. Lovely.
Sure enough, as soon as Jason takes funsies for her timeout,
Good.
the other dogs follow without complaint.
You can take all dogs in for 30 seconds and then you can bring them out again. All the dogs are pretty smart. I think if they do this a couple of times, the dogs are going to realize we bark, we get put inside.
The timeout works well, but climbing those steps can get exhausting.
It's a workout.
I wanted to give Nicole and Jason another method they can use inside and outside, actually, the house, so they don't have to go down the stairs all the time. I'm going to show you how to take charge control without taking the dogs down, because I want to arm you with a whole load of different things that you can do in the situation, okay? And this is what you can also use at the door. All right? Can you make noise again? Enough. Back.
As soon as the dogs bark, Victoria uses her body, along with the vocal command, to move the dogs away from the railing.
Back.
And the barking stops immediately.
Good boy.
Now, Nicole has a try.
Okay, now get in there.
Enough. Back, back. Good, back.
Good job, Funnies.
Well done. That was really good. Okay, so that's two things that you can use. The timeout, removal, and also the enough back.
Okay.
Managing Funzy's barking is a good start, but to get to the heart of the problem, Victoria brings Nicole and Funzies to a training center where working dogs learn search and rescue.
I wanted to bring Nicole to see some really great search and rescue work here because I think it's something that she can do with Funzies. Getting Funzies to search out toys and also to find people, I think would really be a great thing for her to do. Why is it so important for people who own hunting breeds like the Catahoula to do this kind of thing with their dog at home?
It helps stimulate the dog in a productive way that its instincts and breeding and training has already kind of brought the dog, you know, so you can mold it and you can control it instead of the dog doing it in ways it wants to do it.
To channel Funzy's instincts in a better direction, Victoria starts teaching her to find a toy.
And I'm going to show her where I hide it.
Okay.
Funzies, shh. Now, shh, go find it. Good girl. Good girl. The second part of this was to allow Funzies to see where I'd hidden the toy, but turn the barrel round. So she actually didn't have a visual. The visual was cut off. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. Okay, go find it. Good girl. Then I wanted to use the search and rescue part. The search and rescue was to go actually find a person.
On the first try, Funzies gets to see where Nicole hides.
Good girl. Good girl. Good, all right. Very good girl. Awesome. Okay, now I want you to go hide the same place, but I'm not going to show her where you hide.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to tell her to go find you. She's such a good girl. All right, where's Mama? Where's Mama? Go find her. Good girl. Good girl, Funzies. Then we made it in a place where she hadn't hidden before. Where's Mama? Go find. Go find.
We've always known Funzies is incredibly bright. You know, she figures things out really quickly. So we just didn't really know how to channel it. This seems like a really great sort of thing where she gets to exercise, but mostly her brain, which is, I think, really exciting.
Good girl. Lovely.
When she finds Nicole, Funzies is rewarded with the toy and a game of tug.
Hide and seek, go find, fantastic games. And I really believe if you've got a breed like that, do what your breed is programmed to do. You don't have to hunt animals. You can play games like this in the backyard. Go find it.
Victoria Stilwell has been showing Nicole how stimulating Funzy's mind will reduce her inappropriate behavior. Now, to give Nicole more control at home, Victoria introduces the recall command. Before she works with all the dogs, Victoria begins with Funzies.
This is one of Funzy's main barking places.
Yes.
Okay, and I know that you have a problem when Funzy's in the act of barking, you try call her, she's not going to come back to you. One of the difficulties Nicole has is that Funzies is barking her head off, and they've even gone to doggy court because of the barking.
No barking.
So I wanted to teach all the dogs to come when they hear the whistle. This part of it is gonna give you a tool with which you can get her back to you. That's gonna build up a better relationship between you two.
Okay.
To begin with, you're gonna always give her food because she needs a motivator.
Right.
I'm gonna blow the whistle, ask her to come to me and then treat her. First of all, I charge the whistle up. Good girl. So I whistled, moved back a little bit. Funzies would come to me and she would get a treat. Good girl. So very soon, she realized that if she came to me when I blew the whistle, she would get nice things. Good girl.
Now that Funzies responds to the whistle, Nicole tries her hand at it.
You're gonna blow the whistle. As you blow the whistle, you're also gonna give the hand signal, which is this. Very good, lovely. We're teaching her that wherever you hear the whistle, you run to.
Okay. Hopefully the whistle that Victoria gave me will cut into her barking patterns, and then when I reward her when she gets in, she'll realize that it's worth it for her to stop.
Good girl.
One dog down, 3 to go. Next to try is Donut, who catches on instantly.
Good girl. Good boy.
Jackson may be slow on his feet, but he also picks up the command right away.
Good boy.
Last but not least, it's Paco's turn.
Paco.
It takes a little more patience,
You can use his name too.
Paco.
but eventually, Paco gets it too.
Good boy. Good boy.
Once all the dogs are responding to the whistle,
Jackson, Bunsies, Donut, Paco.
Victoria wants to work with them together.
On the whole, the dogs did pretty well. Donut especially, because she loves food too. She was having a blast, and that's what I love about this training, because it's fun for dogs. That's what training should be.
Positive reinforcement seems to be working well for the pack. Paco still needs some work,
Paco.
but he's definitely showing improvement.
What makes Paco's mind tick, I don't exactly know yet, but I guess I underestimated his abilities. He's sharp. It's about getting him to do things, to use his brain.
With the pack working well together, Victoria moves inside to instill some mealtime manners.
Now, can you do what you do with the dogs at meal times and get them behind the line of the doorway?
Okay, guys, back. Back, back, back. 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 Shh. Stay. Okay, good.
Thanks to Nicole's previous training, the larger dogs know how to stay out of the kitchen. But Paco is another story.
Paco's under your chair now.
Get back. Back, back, back.
Good.
Back, back, back. Back, 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 back. Back. No. Back.
And what you can do, just get up with your body and just body block. So just sort of, that's right. You sort of walk into him, as it were. There you go.
Stay. As far as standing at the doorway, Paco has the hardest time, but he has the hardest time with everything. He's just sort of slow on the uptake. He doesn't quite get the process as well as the other dogs do. Back. Stay.
It takes several more attempts.
Stay.
But when Nicole stays firm, Paco finally relents.
That's not so bad. And when I'm cooking, the same thing.
When you're cooking, the dogs aren't allowed in here. They come in, you just do your back.
Y'all done, Dash?
Now,
back, back, stay.
How interesting that was. As soon as you got up,
Yeah.
it was like, okay, here we go.
Yeah.
And you said, mm-mm.
Yeah.
So that's what you got to continue to do. The dogs are so used to when they get up from the table, it's a free-for-all. And I said that is the time to really enforce the training so that the dogs realize the only time you are allowed to come into this kitchen is when you're eating your own food from your own bowls.
With Paco making progress, Victoria wants to continue building his doggy vocabulary. She starts with a quick refresher.
Can Paco remember that he has to lie down when the treat's on the ground? Let's just see. Good boy. Down. Now, that's really very good. It shows that this dog has the capacity to retain information.
Paco's proved himself, so it's time to learn a new command.
Again, this is all stimulating the brain. Bow. Good boy.
And that doesn't confuse him between down and bow. He can.
Because he's got the down now.
Yeah.
And remember, now I'm going to be doing a different hand signal. I'm going to be doing this. And he's just got to go down and bow. Good boy. And soon, you know, after a while of doing this and reinforcing it, you're just going to go like that, and your dog's going to go like this.
Without the treat.
Well, it's always to begin with, you're using the treat. Now, when the dog is doing it on a regular basis, I will maybe give a treat one time that they do it. The next 5 times they do it, I'll just tell them good. I'd like you to just to do the bow. We're going to do that.
Bow. Good boy. Paco. Down.
Nicole tried both commands in succession, and Paco did brilliantly. You see how he's not confused now?
Yeah.
Because the hand signal plus the vocal is different.
And you think he really got that?
Yeah, no, he's getting it. He's getting it. Yeah, and he's making that connection.
I'm still a little convinced that maybe he's just doing it by accident because I just don't have a lot of faith in that little tiny brain of his.
Bow. Good boy. Today was good. Victoria teaching us like the positive reinforcements with the bowing and the laying down. I didn't know he was capable of doing that.
Coming up, Nicole and Jason try the training on their own. But will Funsies follow along?
She just doesn't seem to care.
Yeah.
Victoria Stilwell has been training Nicole and Jason's 4 dogs.
Couple. Good boy.
Very good. Lovely.
For the next few days, the couple will continue training on their own. But before Victoria leaves, she's got a parting gift for Funsies.
I have some seek and go find toys for Funsies. Have that one-on-one important time with Funsies, okay? So there you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
There's some toys.
Hi, guys.
I would love to be able to see when I come back, the dog's up in the yard, maybe Funsies barking, maybe not, and you whistling down here and them coming running to you.
Okay.
I want you to try and do that.
Okay.
Okay? And also try and do some setups with putting new objects with Paco here. Go up the stairs, watch, and then do that vocal correction. You just got to put in the time.
I'm feeling a little bit overwhelmed, but I also think that it's worth doing. It's going to make us a lot happier.
She's gone. What do we do now?
With Victoria gone, Nicole and Jason are eager to get started with the training.
Down.
Both take turns working with Paco on the new commands.
Down. Good boy.
Paco bow. Good boy.
Then Jason and Nicole take Dash for a walk and give the dogs a chance to mark outside.
You know, we've been trying to get the dogs outside a lot more. We've only had 1 mark inside the house since she's left. So in that sense, it's been good. Nice, Jackson.
Back at home, the couple lays out a few new items to see if Paco's marking instinct gets the better of him. Curiosity flares. But this time, Paco resists the temptation.
Last time Paco did it in 10 seconds, and this time he walked by it several times and didn't pee. So that's a great sign. You know, hopefully we've turned a corner with the marking.
To help Paco stay on the right track, Nicole and Jason place him in his pen when they can't supervise him.
And hopefully over time we can get him out of there. We'll get you out of jail soon, buddy.
Later in the day, it's mealtime for Dash.
Chicken? Paco, back.
And Nicole takes the opportunity to bring Jason up to speed on the training.
Use your body to block him if he goes too far into the room.
Paco. So I'm feeding Dash, and Paco comes into the kitchen, and I body block him and tell him to get back. And obviously, I'm bigger than him, so that worked.
After a few attempts, Paco eventually gets the message.
Pretty nice. Huh? You can eat in peace. Good girl, Donut. Good boy, Jackson. Good boy, Paco.
Later on in the week, Victoria checks in on the progress of the training.
Funsie, Funsies, hey.
Funsies, come here. Want to play the toy?
While Paco's making great strides, Funsies has proven harder to motivate.
Get the toy. Get the toy. Get it. Get the toy.
Where's the toy, Funz?
Where is it? Where's the toy? Get it.
Get the toy.
Get the toy. Get the toy. Where is it?
Huh? Funsie, you're cold.
It's not long before Funsies loses interest in the game. And so do Nicole and Jason.
She just doesn't seem to care.
Yeah.
Oh, no, you got to keep Funsies motivated and focused. You can't give up.
And soon enough, Funsies finds something else to occupy her time. And the other dogs join in.
Funsies. Funsies, enough. Enough. There was noises down the street, and Funsies gave 1 or 2 barks, but then ignored it. Good girl, Funsies.
Good job, Nicole. Using the verbal command enough has really helped to decrease the barking.
Good girl. Way to walk away from temptation.
Encouraged by the improvement,
You ready?
Yeah.
Nicole and Jason decide to try the whistle training over the longest distance yet.
Good girl, Donut. Good boy, Paco. Undies. Long time no see.
But then, Jason decides to up the ante even more.
Don't give him cheese this time.
Okay.
Or
A treat.
What are you doing, Jason?
Good girl. Donut's coming back to you.
This isn't good. They're going too fast with the training. They're expecting results immediately. And also the dogs are getting bored.
Blow your whistle for funsies, I guess.
No, I already ate the treat. You know, with the whistle training, I think that certain dogs are coming along better than others. But, you know, we're still having trouble with funsies. I feel like we're calling her the same amount of time that we'd call her without the whistle. I think we've established that it's not working.
You need to be patient.
It's hard finding treats or toys or anything exciting enough for funsies to want it. She seems to really prefer, like, the stuff in the wild.
I think it's time I go back to Nicole and Jason.
Victoria is returning to help Nicole and Jason sort out where they've been going wrong.
Oh, DoorDash.
Hello. Hi.
Welcome back.
Thank you. How are you guys? Hello. No dogs coming to greet me.
Dogs will be happy to see you.
Hi.
Guys, come on
Let's
in.
go
Have a
here.
seat.
Thank you. Everybody is very chilled out.
Yes.
And relaxed.
They don't have a lot of worries in their lives.
They don't, do
Yeah,
they? Hi,
everything's okay
funsies.
for them.
I've seen some things have gone well, some things have gone not so well. How has it been for you?
The big thing was the marking, and that's improved tremendously.
Yeah, I think, you know, when we did some of the training with the whistle, we found that funsies tended to be a little bit more, resilient about.
Once I give her a treat, she'd sort of sit there go like, I know there's a whistle going on there, but I know you have more treats. So she would just sort of stare at me, hoping for more.
You make yourself more motivating than what the dog is doing right at that time, whether it's barking or digging or whatever.
Yeah.
And in order to do that, you have to pay him.
Because Nicole and Jason stopped treating the dogs too early, Victoria needs to reintroduce the recall command with higher value reward.
I want to use a really huge high motivator. Again, this food here, you're not going to have to use for the rest of the dog's lives. You show that you've got it first, and you train a reliable recall up to about 90%. I want your dogs coming to you about 90% of the time, 95% if you can do that. And then you begin to use food intermittently, all right? The dogs don't have a reliable recall yet, so I wanted to give them something that was really, really going to get their attention, and that was warmed up hot dog. They only get warmed up hot dog for the recall command. They don't get it any other time. So it's your jackpot reward.
Okay.
I had all the dogs in front of me. I backed away, blew the whistle. They came to me, I gave them the hot dog. I repeated that a couple of times, then I started to go down the steps. Hey, guys! Good, all right, good.
With the extra motivation, the dog's response is much improved.
I think the hot dog did it. Okay, could you take over? And could we do you first?
Sure.
Come here. Hold on. That's it. Good.
I had some concerns, especially with funsies going into the whistle training, but warm hot dogs definitely worked, so it was great.
Now, Nicole tries from all the way down at the back door.
The whistle thing is working really well, and I'm excited about it. You know, the hot dog as a treat really seemed to motivate them, and that's what it's about.
With all the dogs now responding to the whistle, Victoria turns her attention back to funsies and her relationship with Nicole.
Nicole and Jason were getting a bit frustrated with the search and retrieve training. But I think it's just because funsies didn't have that much of a motivator. So I wanted to up the motivator by putting duck scent on the duck.
Yeah, it would never be something I would have looked into.
You know, rub it in, because I don't want to touch it myself. Funsies.
Victoria lets funsies get a good sniff, then hides the toy where she can see it.
With the leash, you're going to go along with her. Tell her to go find.
Go find.
Good girl. Good girl.
Good girl.
Now, to really put Funsy's nose to the test, Victoria puts some scent on the ground and then hides the toy out of sight.
Then I'm going to hide it here. Let's see if she can find. Go find. Go find. Go find. Go find. She can smell it. She can smell it. She can smell it. There you go. Good girl. Good girl.
But Funsies isn't fooled at all.
Funsies needs this kind of mental stimulation. She needs to do what she was bred to do. I think this is going to be a very reinforcing game. I think it's going to help with the digging, and I think it's definitely going to help with the barking.
Oh, boy.
Here you go. Aren't those cute? Perfect little bed for Paco.
Paco, you got your own bed, buddy. Come here.
And these toys from Animal Planet, which are available from PetSmart. You can get more of these kind of toys there too. So this is for you.
Thank you.
You're very welcome.
A PetSmart bed.
And I'm leaving Nicole and Jason now, and I really hope they can continue with the training because their dogs are worth it. They don't need to be overwhelmed by their dogs anymore if they start working together. Best of luck, all right?
Thank you.
Thank you.
It's been a real
Nice
pleasure.
to meet you.
It's been a real pleasure.
So much, Victoria.
You are very welcome. All right, guys.
Thank you.
Bye.
Say bye.
I'd love Victoria to live in the guest house forever and just constantly train the dogs. That would be fabulous. But I know she has other families to move on to and other dogs to fix. So we feel really, really lucky to have had her in our house.
Since I left them, Nicole and Jason have really come together and are now sharing duties, which is really benefiting the dogs.
We both have been putting in more time playing with and walking the dogs. It's been helping a lot. Hi, Donut.
Hi, Donut.
Hi, Donut. Overall, I'm very pleased with the way the dogs are behaving.
Funsie's barking's gotten a lot less. She seems to be better at just sort of getting in the house, but she sometimes will bark and then I call her and whistle and she comes in and she sits on the couch. Girl. Good dogs.
Having had more time to work on the training, you can see how well the dogs are responding to Nicole.
Wait. Get the toy. Get the toy. Get that. Get that. Get that.
Nicole has come a really long way with Funsies. Now she has a better relationship with her dog.
Down. Good boy. Paco's doing a really good job with listening and sitting and staying. Stay. Good boy.
Thanks for watching. If you love It's Me or the Dog and want more dog training tips and tricks, visit my official site, positively.com. And if you're interested in learning more about becoming a dog trainer, check out the Victoria Stilwell Academy. Links to both sites are in the description. I'll see you online.